Hello, beautiful souls. I'm so sorry to be coming to you so late tonight. The energies of the full moon and the portal have kind of knocked me for a loop, and I'm getting the feeling I'm not the only one. So let's do today's read and see what we've got. As I said, energies of the full moon. Oh, full moons are absolutely beautiful, and if you walked outside and are fortunate enough to see the light of the one last night, it was spectacular. My entire yard looked like it was lit up by a spotlight. But the thing is, even in the light from the full moon, it's there's shadows that you do not have in daylight, no matter how overcast the day. There's differences of the way things appear because the quality of the light is different. So, yes, when the full moon is shining, you see a lot, and you see very differently from the way you see in the day. Keep that in mind as you're moving forward. It's time to set up some boundaries. You have been through it over the last few months. We all have. This has not been an easy year on most people. Set your boundaries. Determine what you need, not what anyone else tells you you need, and set your boundaries accordingly. Defend them. You have every right to have them. The downside of coming off of a rough year? Man, it's easy to get caught up in your own fears, isn't it? The things that you've tried and didn't quite work out leave you tempted not to try again. But the thing is, the only true failure is not trying. So you have to decide when it is time to let go of those fears and move out of those swords. You have to know when the time has come to move forward into the rest of your life instead of being bogged down by what was. There are decisions in the making, and you know what they are. You know where you need to make decisions. You know what choices you're facing. But sometimes we don't want to make the decisions. Sometimes we wish someone else could do it for us, and we try to pretend that we can't see what the choices are. Just remember, not making a choice is making a choice. And abrogating your ability to choose just means someone else forces you into a position where you don't want to be. It is very easy, as we're in the midst of the holiday season, to feel like we are left out in the cold. If your blood family isn't living up to your expectations, find new. There is always the possibility of finding new family because chosen family can mean more to you than blood very easily. Don't be afraid to step outside of the traditional boundaries of what family and friends looks like, if that is what you need to do for the good of your soul. The full moon in Gemini is the culmination of the seeds planted in the new moon in Gemini 6 months ago. What were you doing? What were you intending? What were you setting into motion 6 months ago? Because those things have come to harvest. Be prepared for that. And here's why you need to be setting your boundaries. There are people watching. There are always people watching. And some of those people do not have the best of intentions. Have firm boundaries so that you can block out the people who do not have your best interests in heart. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Don't give them second chances so they can hurt you again. This is one of the greatest fears any of us suffers, isn't it? The fear of missing out. Being so caught up in the fear of the things that we can't have that we fail to see the things that we do. Why are you letting a fear of missing out control your life? Take some time, go within, and decide what truly matters to you. Not what you're told matters, not what you think should matter, what your soul tells you. because that's the only authority that matters truly. Take that time, search yourself, and you'll lose that fear of missing out because you will know that you are chasing after the opportunities that are truly meant for your soul. Choices upon choices. The Lover's card here is not a representation of physical love. It is a choice between the spiritual and the earthly. What decision are you facing that's asking you to make this choice? How are you being asked to determine between two things, one of which is all about material gain and the other one is about doing what your soul's purpose calls you to do? Is it really that hard to make the choice? Again, go within. Rest, meditate, ask your guides if you need to, but you already know what it is you're supposed to be doing and where you're supposed to be going. Your inner self has already made this perfectly clear to you. In abundance, you're seeing the signs and synchronicities everywhere you look. So make your decision and act on it instead of delaying. Move forward into the life that you're supposed to have instead of letting your fears of what you may miss out on keep you from the abundance that is your right. And this goes in with what I was saying about chosen family. The goodwill that you sent out comes back to you. Your ships are coming in. The connections that you have made out of faith and love are coming back to you and bringing back an abundance of what you have offered. That's the true meaning of how karma works, you know. Whatever you send out comes back to you, not just the bad. Send out good and good returns. Oh man, and this is a huge stack of clarifiers. So, the Hierophant, tradition. Sometimes we need strength to face the tradition ahead of us, especially if it's one involving family. The good side is, this is a path we walk every year. We know what to expect. The way is laid out before us clearly. We know which uncle is going to sit there and shout obscenities at the football game. We know which cousin is going to fall asleep and snore at the tree. If you are happy with taking those steps, take them. On the other hand, if you decide that the time has come for you to change the tradition, then do so. Cycles end at the end of the year. It is up to you to determine what the new cycles will be. It is up to you to determine what the abundance in your life is going to look like in the year to come ahead. And as you're facing this truth, you may see where things need to be cut out for you to live your best life. If that is the case, you're back to the tough decisions. Okay, and the energy is really all over the place, and I will try to get on earlier tomorrow. I hope all of you have a blessed day.